Hi, welcome to our first pendulum video. This is going to be a basic introduction to the pendulum. If you're part of the mentee program, I am so thrilled to have you here. If you are not a part of our program, then I invite you to join our havens. The link will be in the description with the link tree to all the havens, but we're just going to talk about the pendulum for now. So I don't know if this is actual have an actual name for the stone. This was a gift to me. Okay, pendulums are either going to have chain or corded for easy movement. Alright, now you can see my hand. I'm not swinging it, I'm just holding it. Alright, so that's what your pendulum looks like. We've also got, this is Gollum, our little tarot kitty. Come on, Bubba, Mama needs to work here. Okay, so we have also what's called pendulum boards. Here's a couple of examples of what I have on hand. This one here is a basic, simple pendulum board. I'm going to turn it up sideways a little bit, okay? It gives you your standard yes, no, and your maybe, and rephrase, will not answer, try again. Most pendulums do simple yes and no answers. Some, if you have boards that have letters or whatnot, will give you, like, you can spell out answers. I don't have one of those. I have the Wheel of the Year board as well, which would help time frames and whatnot. I'm not real familiar with this board and how to use it yet. I'm still learning. But anyways, a lot of times when people start new, they ask me, how do you connect with your pendulum? Well, funny story is, when I got my pendulum, it was a gift. I didn't have a pendulum board yet. I didn't know anything about my pendulum. So I thought, you know, I'm just going to put it up here where I won't lose it until I'm ready for it. About a year later, I found my pendulum in the same spot I wasn't going to lose it in. But, yeah. So anyways, I don't do anything special to connect to my pendulum. I pulled it out of the package it was in. I said, alright, let's do this. I asked it a couple of questions, simple questions that I already knew the answer to. What's my husband's name is, okay, which, if you want, we can do a couple of, alright. Okay, I am not, as you can see by my hand, I am not moving that pendulum. I am not moving it. So, clear the pendulum. Is my husband's name Richard? And as you can see, it's starting to shake. Yes, because my husband's name actually is Richard. Now, clear please. I personally have to speak to mine. Other people have other ways. Let's get a question. Clear. Am I a redhead? Maybe. It's giving a brief maybe, going towards no, which is, as you can see, I'm not moving it, which is actually right, because I'm actually strawberry blonde, which could be considered a redhead, but not really. Alright, clear. Thank you. Alright, now that's how I deal with my pendulum. You can connect with your pendulum by holding it in your hand, talking to it, asking it questions, and letting it answer for you. What's on my pendulum? Must have spilled something on that. Anyways, there's many different ways that you can connect to your pendulum. Hold it in your hand, let it connect to your energy. Okay, talking to it, asking it questions to get to know how it works. Because just because this says yes and this says no, your pendulum might not be working that way today. It might decide that this is yes and this is no. You never know. So getting some startup questions going is a good thing. They have stands. Now, for those of you who are concerned that maybe I'm moving the no, I wasn't moving the pendulum. They have stands that you can get for your pendulum so that you know you're not doing it. It's not a real, for those of you who are in the Oracle program, Pendulum is not a highly requested form of divination, but if you know how to use your pendulum right, a lot of times people will ask a good yes or no question in their comment when they're requesting a reading. And it's perfectly acceptable if they, even if they say, hey, you know, I'd like a tarot reading or whatever, it's perfectly acceptable to grab that pendulum and say, hey, I'm going to mix some pendulum in here. As long as you back it up and support it with the tarot or oracle or whatever form of divination they're requesting. If it's an open read, then you can just do a pendulum read and be done with it. So I hope that this helps you. I hope that it gives you some insight. We're going to do some more pendulum work, but I am actually going to probably need my husband's help with that to record while I work. But for right now, this is a good introduction. It gets the channel started, it gets you connected with me, and gives you a chance to connect with your pendulum. One of these days we'll do a live and maybe do 2 truths and a lie. That's a game that we like to play in our mentee chat for those who are learning the pendulum. So, we'll see where it goes from there. Anyways, thanks for joining me today. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you again.